Hello class 2H. So today your task is to write a note of invitation to the tea party that you are going to have based on all the work we've been doing on reading The Tiger Who Comes to Tea. And you've decided to have a tea party and invite your friends along. So in this invitation, what exactly do you need to put inside it to give your friend all the information they need to come along to your tea party? Let me see. So when we're writing a note of invitation, it's not a formal note, it's not a formal piece of writing. So your greeting at the top can be really informal. It can be hi, hi Amy, to Amy, dear Amy, whatever you choose, as long as you've put in a greeting with the person's name. The next thing you need to make sure you include is what is the event and why are you hosting this event? So maybe in this instance, you're going to tell your friend that you read a book about a tiger who came to tea, or perhaps you're going to pretend to be Sophie and tell her that a tiger visited your house recently and you've been inspired and you fancy having another tea party. You need to tell the person you're inviting where the event is taking place. They need to know where to come. You need to give details of the location. You could say it's going to take place in the kitchen in my house, and you don't need to maybe say much more than that because perhaps your friend has already come to your house before, so knows exactly where it is. Or maybe you are going to say it's going to take place in your favorite cafe, and you could tell your friend where that cafe is. You need to include when the event is taking place. So if you're inviting somebody to something, they need to know when to come. So you'll probably tell them both the date and the time. You are going to ask the person to let you know if they can come. And the official name for this is an RSVP, which stands for Répondez s'il vous plaît. It's French, and it means please give me a response. But all over the world, we use the letters RSVP, and that everybody knows that that means that they want a response from you in advance of the event so that you know that they are definitely going to come, and you know, for example, to prepare the right amount of food or get the house clean if they're coming to your house. And then finally, it's an informal sign-off. Because it's your friend that you're inviting, you don't need to be formal at all. It's up to you. So you can say, from Sophie, or all my love, Sophie, or see you later, Sophie. And that line has a comma at the end, and then a space, and then your name. So you don't need to put a full stop at the end when you're signing off on a note. So just to recap, we have a number of success criteria that you need to keep in your mind for when you do your letter. So an informal greeting, what, where, and when of the event details, the information that your friend needs to give you to RSVP to respond and let you know that they are or are not able to come. You will have an informal sign-off. And then for today, I want you to think about the grammar and punctuation that we've worked on this week. Remembering that a question, a sentence that is a question has a question mark at the end, or a sentence that is an exclamation has an exclamation mark at the end, or a sentence that is a command has an imperative verb or a bossy verb at the beginning. I want you to think about nouns, and if it's a proper noun, it needs to have a capital letter. So names of people, remember, dates and days have capital letter. Places, the names of places. So if the cafe has a name, then you give that a capital letter. But if it's just my kitchen, that's not a name of your kitchen. It's just the kitchen. So that's a common noun. That doesn't need a capital letter. Do you remember all these things we learned earlier in the week? Brilliant. And as usual, you mustn't forget that sentences require capital letters, finger spaces. You want to make your writing interesting by adding in some adjectives before nouns, or maybe some adverbs after your verbs. And you're writing in the present tense because you're asking somebody, can they come to your party? All right, boys and girls, best of luck.